Welcome to the Extensions webinar. For the next 10 minutes, I'll tell you what extensions in the OutSystems platform are all about. You are in contact with extensions in your everyday life. Take your house, for instance. Your house, all by itself in the world, would just be a mediocre shelter. There would be no water, no electricity, no nothing. Now, you know that your house is not all alone in the world, and that there are such things in your day-to-day life, such as electricity, water, mail, and the personal vehicle, just to name a few. Still, the fact that they exist doesn't mean that you can benefit from them right away. To have electricity, there must be electricity lines connecting your house with the electric company. You also need pipes to get water in your house, and a mailbox to receive mail when you're not at home. And while you're at it, a garage, so you don't have to park the car in illegal parking spaces. The goal of this webinar is to get you to know what extensions are and how they are used in the OutSystems platform. As such, our presentation will show you what an extension is and what is it for. We'll also introduce you to the Integration Studio and finally show you how you can benefit from extensions in your eSpaces. I know what you must be thinking. What is an extension and what does the electric company have to do with it? As with your house, software applications have to live in and cope with similar environments. Surely it may not be the electric company, the water company, and while it may have something to do with mail, it probably will not have to do with illegal parking spaces. OutSystems applications, eSpaces, are no exception, and as others, they are most likely to live in an environment where they need to coexist with other systems that handle enterprise resource planning, customer relationship management, enterprise application integration, content management, even external databases, and external or legacy systems. The problem is when these applications need to communicate with the others. That's where the extensions come in. Extensions are our electricity lines, our pipes, our mailboxes. They allow us to integrate and communicate with external systems such as the ones mentioned before. They are the foundation of the OutSystems integration architecture. An extension is a set of actions, structures, entities, and resources that integrate with enterprise systems and extend the existing functionality and data model of the OutSystems platform. And this is where the Integration Studio comes in. The Integration Studio is OutSystems' integrated visual environment that allows you to rapidly and efficiently create extensions to integrate with core or legacy systems. But how is this done? Through 6 simple steps that Joe will lead us through. Joe has a request from his boss. He's giving a training course to internal developers of his latest client, and he needs to demonstrate them how to integrate the OutSystems platform with their existing systems and databases. So, the first thing to do is to understand what the requirements are. For the demo, he decides to create a simple integration with a Salesforce CRM and the SAP ERP. For this, he needs to get the customer from Salesforce and also place an order in the SAP system. An extension's definition is, therefore, the set of actions, structures, entities, and necessary resource files that it exposes. The actions can be created manually, or you can import them through a wizard from an SAP server or a .NET assembly, if you're not using Java. Structures must be defined manually. A structure is a non-persistent data skeleton that can be used to store information in your application. Structures are used, for instance, when you want to integrate with external components that handle complex data. Entities can be created manually or imported from a specific database table through the Import Entities from Database wizard. Once they are imported into your extension, you can use them exactly the same way as you'd use entities that were manually created using the Integration Studio. Finally, resources are files that are needed for your extension to work and are generated automatically. Nonetheless, you can manually add other types of resources such as images or help files if necessary. After defining the extension, it's time to get the actions you created manually to do something. In the case that the actions were not imported, you need to edit their source code and program their logic in a conventional programming language such as C#.NET or Java, according to your platform server's underlying technology. As such, editing the source code is performed in their natural development environments such as Microsoft Visual Studio, Eclipse, or any other that you specify. Also, if you are developing an extension to run in both .NET and Java, you must edit the source code in both technologies. After editing the source code in their native development environment, you need to build the extension. In the Integration Studio, clicking the one-click Publish button will unleash a set of operations that will get your extension live. First, your extension will be verified for consistency, and then the source will be updated. Updating the source code synchronizes the source code you added in the development environment with the definition of the extension elements, so that everything matches. Next, the extension will be compiled. That means that your source code will be turned into a format where it is ready to be executed. The extension is then saved as an extension file with the XIF file extension, uploaded to the platform server where Service Center stores a new version of it, and then published there. After being published, the extension becomes available in the platform server. Surely you must be thinking, okay, we have the extension in the platform server, but what exactly do we do with it? How do we use it? Fairly simple, actually. By opening the Service Studio, connecting to the server and selecting the Add and Remove References operation, you're listed with everything you can reference in the server. Hold it for a minute just there. What exactly is a reference? Well, a reference is an element exposed by an eSpace, the producer, or an extension, that is referenced by an eSpace called consumer in this context. Once a reference is added to your consumer eSpace, you can use it anywhere you want, but you cannot change its definition nor its behavior. Now that we have this sorted out, you understand the importance of referencing elements from other eSpaces and extensions. This allows you to reuse logic, data, screen content, and permissions, for instance, in several eSpaces, through actions, entities, structures, and web blocks, among others. Furthermore, whenever one of these elements needs to be changed, it is changed in a single centralized place, the producer eSpace or the extension, and the changes will be automatically available for every consumer to reference. In the Add and Remove References window, thus, you can select what you want to reference, be them actions, entities, structures, web blocks, permission areas, or resources. Extensions can only expose actions, entities, structures, and resources, while eSpaces can expose web blocks, actions, entities, structures, and permission areas. Afterwards, the actions will appear in the tools tree under the referenced action folder, and you can use them in your actions at will. The web blocks, entities, structures, and permission areas will appear in the eSpace tree and can be used from there as if they were web blocks, entities, structures, and permission areas from your eSpace that had been created manually there, with the difference that they cannot be edited in your eSpace. It's not that hard now, is it? Now that you have seen this webinar, you know that extensions are the foundation of the OutSystems integration architecture. An extension is a set of actions, structures, entities, and resource files that integrate with enterprise systems and extend the existing functionality and data model of the OutSystems platform. You also know that you create them in the Integration Studio, OutSystems integration visual environment that allows you to rapidly and efficiently create and publish extensions. Finally, you know that you use extensions in your eSpaces in Service Studio by referencing their actions, structures, entities, and resources through the Add Remove References functionality, and then you can use them as if they had been created manually in your eSpace, with the difference that they cannot be edited there. If you want to try creating an extension yourself, You can do so in the OutSystems Express edition, a free-to-use OutSystems Platform edition. Furthermore, if you want to explore the vast catalog of extensions that others have already created to integrate other systems, be sure to go over to the Solutions section in our community website or ask around in the forums for anything that you'd like to know about this subject.